I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Breaking news. Justin Bieber finally breaks silence on Nightmare with disgrace Diddy. But before we get started with this demonstration, let me read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything that you hear in this video that I call a demonstration is only the opinions of mine and others. Everything that you hear in this demonstration is only allegedly. You guessed it. You all guessed it. Justin Bieber has finally been talking. Now, Justin Bieber has reportedly opened up to some of his friends about his past with Sean Diddy Combs following the music mogul's arrest on sex trafficking charges. I mean, that's something that, we all suspected. That's something that was bound to happen. I mean, with the trouble that Baby Oil Man is in, any and everybody from Baby Oil Man's past is definitely worried for different reasons. Like, the victims are worried. Those that willingly participated in the freak-offs are worried. Those that are on them videotapes, they definitely worried. I mean, it's some high-profile people on them tapes. So you can best believe that they are worried. They are worried their reputations are in jeopardy. Their freedom is in jeopardy. I mean, this thing with Baby Oil Man is probably the most serious case in America's history. I'm just being honest, because there are a lot of people that were at those freak-offs. Salute to the chat. Salute Eartha. Salute Precious. Salute Sagus. Salute Sagus. Got a Sagus and got a Sagus. Salute to you all. Those freak-offs, a lot of people were at them freak-offs doing exactly what it says, getting they freak off. Disturbing footage of Diddy and Justin Bieber resurfaced following Diddy's arrest. There's footage out there of Diddy and Justin Bieber. Singer Justin Bieber has been through a nightmare and endured his own private hell due to Sean Diddy Combs, according to the reports. Close sources claim that the pop star broke his silence with friends, detailing his experiences following Diddy's shock arrest in New York last month and the slew of allegations levied against him. Salute, Miss Groovy. I'm glad to have you back. This thing is big, and that's why it took as long as it took for them to get Baby Oil Man. When Homeland Security raided, off the rip, I already knew. Now, Homeland Security, they actually participated in the actual raid. They are the ones that initiated this investigation because, and I want everybody to listen to me, the reason why Homeland Security are the ones that raided his homes, the reason why they are the ones that initiated this investigation is because Baby Oil Man is a federal informant. Now, we've heard this from several people. We've heard it from Whack 100. We've heard it from Suge Knight. We've heard it from a host of people that Baby Oil Man is an informant. So that's why Homeland Security are the ones that raided the homes, because it would have been a conflict of interest if the feds would have done it. You might say, but Shank, if he's an informant, then why is the feds investigating him? Gene Deal is another one that mentioned this. Appreciate that, Eartha. You would say, some of y'all would say, but why would the feds be investigating him? We see this happen all the time. I've seen this happen all the time. I mean, you become an informant. Some people become informants and they still break the law and they still get arrested because they can only save you but for so long. If you're going to keep on breaking the law, it's with anything. And we all know once a person or once people get away with a crime, once people get away with something that they have done that's wrong, 9 out of 10 people keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again because they don't see no real consequences. They don't see no repercussions until they step into something that informant card can't get them out of. It says, now we all know that Diddy was indicted for sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. The 14-page federal indictment alleges he ran a criminal enterprise that sexually and physically abused women. Currently held at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center awaiting trial without bail. Diddy has pleaded not guilty and has denied all allegations. As we speak of, he is at a hearing to see whether or not he's going to be released on his own recon, which I doubt it, or if he will receive a bail. I will bring y'all the latest update in that when that is finished. Salute my boo. Salute Marie. Salute to the chat. It says, Justin has kept mum on the issue publicly, but a source divulged to In Touch Weekly how the holy singer is privately handling the news about his once close relationship with the now 54-year-old Diddy. And for those Baby Oil Man supporters, what do y'all have to say about this? See, it's bigger than just a female that may have been dating him. It's bigger than a female trying to come up off of the situation. It's bigger than a man trying to come up off of the situation. You got minors involved. There are children involved. If I'm not mistaken, Justin Bieber was 13 years old when he went to Baby Oil Man. When he first started dealing with Baby Oil Man, he was 13 years old. Usher was 12 years old when Usher's mother sent him to live with Baby Oil Man. And they asked, the interviewer asked Usher, would Usher allow his children to go to a Baby Oil Man freak off or to go to a Baby Oil Man retreat or whatever? And Usher said, hell no. That says a lot. I mean, that says a lot. This is, for me, this is when you have to be held accountable. You fondling little children, you playing with little children, you just think, you ruined this man. You ruined Justin Bieber. You had no right to do that. You had no right to do that. He had no right to do that. And Insider shared, the last thing Justin wants to do is relive or even to discuss his complicated friendship with Diddy. But he's finally breaking his silence to his friends about his nightmare experience and the private hell it's caused him. I mean, you can't make this up. And for the Baby Oil Man supporters, y'all condone this type stuff. Y'all are making an excuse about how he treated Justin Bieber. I can promise you, regardless of what Justin Bieber have to say, I promise you, the Baby Oil Man supporters, it's going to be butt shank, well shank, maybe shank, if shank. I don't believe it shank. The Baby Oil Man supporters is going to throw off on Justin Bieber's parents. Watch. And that's usually how it's always done. Salute, Miss Parker. They're going to find a way to blame the victim. As a man, you had the responsibility as a man in power, as a man with money, as a man in a position, as a man, period. As a man, your duty is to protect and to serve. Many people think that's the duty of a cop. Many people think that that's the duty of a police. However, that does fall in the description of the duties of a police officer. It does. But as a man, you are to protect and you are to serve. Now, Justin Bieber was in your care. And instead of protecting Justin Bieber, which was a child, you took advantage of him. You took advantage of not only Justin Bieber, you took advantage of Usher. Allegedly, Usher had to go to the hospital and they had to stitch Justin back up because he was bleeding. Usher, they had to stitch him back up because he was bleeding. There's incidents where other teenagers, other minors was reported running and screaming out of Baby Oil Man's home. You can't make this up. Then you got the 16-year-old Lisa Gardner who filed the complaint against Baby Oil Man, Aaron Hall, and now she filed and listed Devontae Swing from Jodeci in it. These minors, man. These kids. These babies. Seriously. But when it came time for you to face men like Tupac said it in a song, Against All Odds. He said, Puffy, let's be honest. You a punk or you would see me with gloves. Tupac said it. He said, Suge and Biggie can get in the boxing ring and box it out. Me and Baby Oil Man can get in the ring and box it out. You refuse to get in the ring with Tupac, but instead you turn around and you take advantage mentally as well as physically of these minors. And I'm supposed to feel sorry for you. I don't. I don't. And it don't got nothing to do with tearing a black man down. This black man tore his own self down. And I do agree when other nationalities say black people have to stop using the race card. In some incidents, I do agree. Some incidents, we as black people, we do gotta stop using the race card. However, there are incidents where race plays a factor, but I do agree. In some cases, we gotta stop using the black card. This is not an issue where you could use the black card. Baby Oil Man knew better. Baby Oil Man took advantage of underage children. He took advantage of minors. He mentally and abused minors. Baby Oil Man mentally and abused females. So that's not a case, that's not an issue where you could bring race into this. He knew better. He used his money. He used his power. He used his influence of his friends in high places. That's what he done. Nobody forced Baby Oil Man to do that stuff. But it was learned behavior. What that got to do with it? You still know right from wrong. Salute, beautiful. You still know right from wrong. Diddy has a long-standing relationship with Justin Bieber, dating back to the pop star's early days in the music industry as a teenager. Usher, who was mentored by Diddy, also played a significant role in guiding the Canadian singer's career. Salute, Pretty Problem Niche. Salute. So this is not one of those cases where it's a black man, he's successful, he's giving back to the community, he's doing right. See, that's when you take in consideration whether it's a race issue. That's when you take that in consideration. Look at what he's being accused of. Different story if it was allegations of him cheating on his wife, even though that's wrong. Different story if he had outside children. Different story, however, it's wrong. However, it's wrong. Some of y'all might say, Shank, the artist that was on his label, and that's a whole nother subject. But to the artist that was on his label, name me one successful artist off of the Bad Boy roster that's still alive. Name me one. Maybe it's something that I missed, but name me one Bad Boy artist that's alive today that's successful. Maybe Mace. But even Mace left New York and went to Atlanta to get away from who? To get away from Baby Oil Man. Even Mace left. Salute positive vibes. Salute positive vibes. Even Mace left to get away from Baby Oil Man. Just look at the artists. Shine went to prison for 10 years. Craig Mack and Black Rob is no longer here. Died from health issues. Biggie wasn't a bad boy artist, but Biggie is no longer here. Little Kim, we see Lil' Kim. Salute, Tommy. Salute. It's not that I'm trying to tear down a black man. I'm just trying to have a black man be held accountable. Says the two artists have collaborated on several occasions. Most recently on Diddy's 5th studio album, the Love Album, Off the Grid, for the song Moments. In light of recent controversy surrounding Diddy, numerous videos showcasing their past interactions have resurfaced, causing concern among some fans. One such video is a 2009 YouTube vlog titled Justin Bieber's 48 Hours with Diddy, where a thin 15-year-old Bieber is seen spending time with a thin 40-year-old Diddy. It's something wrong with that picture. It's something wrong with that picture. There's no way in the world a 40-year-old man should be spending time with a 15-year-old kid. There's no way, y'all. Where are all the real ones at? Where are all the real ones at? Let's put this in its proper perspective. And this is a problem. You know, it's a problem. Like I said, for me, I don't like the reach. For me, I like to do my best to stick to the facts, stick to what we can see, stick to what we can put our hands on. Once again, I do believe that some of these victims that are coming out are about the money. I don't believe all of the victims are telling the truth. I don't. I think some of them are adding on. Some of them see an opportunity to cash in. They running with it. I feel like, man or woman, if you are a willing participant, if you was a willing participant, you should not be complaining. You should be not yelling about nothing that Baby Oil Man done to you wrong. If you was a willing participant and you were, or at the time, you was an adult. For the men, and I may be wrong. and y'all might have to correct me on this. I may be wrong when I say this, and correct me if I'm wrong. For the men, for a man, if you allowed Baby Oil Man to touch you where you don't want to be touched, as a man, if you allow Baby Oil Man to penetrate you, as a man, if you allow Baby Oil Man to do anything sexually against your will as a man, I honestly have to say I don't believe you as a man. I'm just speaking as a man, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and I'll accept a man or a woman or even a child's point of view if I'm wrong about that. I just don't see a man letting another man violate them. I don't see it. Now for the ladies, it's another story. It's different for a lady, coming from a lady. Women are weaker than us physically. Let me say that. However, there are some women that can beat a man physically. There are. But for the most part, females are weaker than men. Females are intimidated by men. So for the females, I can understand. I can understand. But if you are a female and if you was an adult at the time and you was a willing participate in it, hey, it is what it is. You don't got no grounds to stand on to claim that you was a victim. My only issue, I'm only advocating for the women that were forced. I'm only advocating for the women that were drugged. That's what I'm advocating for. And I just don't believe all of the women was forced. I don't believe all of the women were drugged. I don't. I believe some of the women were willing participants. Now, when it comes to the children, when it comes to those that were 17 years old and younger, it ain't no excuse. It's just no excuse. It's not. The Bad Boy CEO stated where we're hanging out and what we're doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. And this is what Baby Oil Man stated. The Bad Boy CEO stated, where we're hanging out and what we're doing, we can't really disclose. But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. He added in the clip, for the next 48 hours, he's with me. And we're gonna go full crazy. These resurfaced videos and their shared history have led Bieber's fans to reevaluate his relationships with other celebrities, according to an In Touch source. Y'all drop some comments. I will come to the chat and I will read y'all comments. Y'all drop some comments and I will come to the chat and read y'all comments. Bieber has been open about his personal struggles throughout his career, including battles with drug addiction, suicidal thoughts, and depression, particularly in a 2020 documentary titled Justin Bieber Next Chapter. In a heartfelt 2020 interview with Apple Music's Zane Lowe, he reflected on his past, stating, "It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn and everyone telling me they love me and turn their back on you in a second." He further expressed his desire to protect Billie Eilish, who, like him, started her music career at 13. "If she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. I don't want her to go through anything I went through." I don't wish that upon anybody. Justin added. He been through some things. He been through some things. As a kid, as a child, Justin Bieber has been through some things. I believe Usher has been through some things too. Like I said, the children, they off limits. The females, they're off limits. The men that's not a part of that is off limits. Whatever happened to the code that we live by? It was a time when children, you wouldn't dare harm a child. You wouldn't dare harm a kid. It was a time when you wouldn't dare harm a female. What happened to those times? It was a time even certain men were off limits. What happened? I'll tell y'all what happened. Any and everybody was allowed to play the game. Any and everyone was allowed to call themselves a man and move around as a man. Any and everybody is getting money. And I don't got no problem with you getting money. But there's rules to getting money. And the last time I checked, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, the older you get, the more wiser you become. For all my hustlers, where are my hustlers at? Where are my hustlers from the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s? Come on out the bushes. I know I got a lot of hustlers that's watching. I need y'all to come out of the bushes. As hustlers, we made mistakes coming in the game. As hustlers, we made mistakes when we was young. But as we got older, we learned from our mistakes. I want you to get money. I want you to enjoy your life. Have fun. Do your thing. But can we stop the foolishness? Seriously. Can we stop the foolishness? Can we move accordingly? I'm not going to hold y'all that much long. Drop some comments. I will read y'all comments. And then we could get up out of here. I will be back at 5 o'clock for another demonstration. Make sure everybody pull back up at 5 p.m. for another demonstration. Salute to my replay gang. And also, in order for me to be able to compete in the world of YouTubers, the world of bloggers, I want to take the platform to another level. I want to take my journalist skills to another level. In order for me to compete with other content creators, in order for me to take my journalist skills to another level, I have to upgrade the platform. I have to upgrade the platform. The fees for the StreamYard has went up. They're charging, I want to say, triple of the amount that they used to charge. But the StreamYard fees has went up. I need to get studio equipment. I need to get microphones. I would like to get a chair. I see some of your favorite bloggers, even though I know I'm your favorite blogger, but I do see other bloggers with nice cheers. And Positive Vibes hasn't roasted me about my squeaky chair in a long time. But it's time for me to upgrade my chair. It's time for me to upgrade to a microphone. It's just time for me to upgrade the platform. And I would like to invite special guests to the platform. I have been reaching out to celebrities, athletes. I have been reaching out to some, big names that's in the industry, along with having them to join me on the panel. It costs. It's a fee. It's going to be a fee for me to invite them on the panel. So I'm just asking everybody. I have $100 a week quota for right now. If we can raise $100 a week on the Cash App, then that could help me take the platform to that next level that I needed to get it to. So I'm just asking for any and everybody to help out with me meeting the $100 a week Cash App quota. My Cash App, my moderators dropped the Cash App, but my Cash App is $ERICMCINT. So once again, the quota for the platform starting out is going to be $100 a week. We need to raise $100 a week so I can upgrade the platform. I appreciate all of you guys' help. Make sure y'all all pull back up at 5 p.m. If y'all have any comments, drop the comments and I'll read your comments. I'll take 5 minutes to read comments. So if y'all have any comments, go ahead and drop the comments. Hopefully when I come back at 5, I haven't decided what demonstration I'm going to do at 5 p.m. But hopefully I'll have the latest update on Diddy's on his bail hearing. Hoping by whether or not they gave him a bond. Drop a one if you feel like they should deny him bond. Drop a 2 if you feel like they should give him some kind of bond. Salute everybody, and I'll see everybody back at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Salute.